So let's go in the entry, Nana.
Okay.
Oh,
Welcome to the tour.
I was part of it, one of those.
okay, so this picture, tell us the history of this picture.
This is Lucy's family, mother, grandmother, uncle, and various aunts at a German beer party by Nick Abdallah.
Nick Abdallah, okay, cool.
This is Warren's family, grandfather and family,
Right. Dog
and
Spot,
the dog named Spot
right?
on their first car
Also,
in Clayton, New Mexico.
okay. Lauren and Lucy, Mom and Dad, Woody and Nana. The following videos are loving tributes, memories, lessons learned, and stories about you two. I'll start first. Dad, thank you for teaching me to think logically when solving a problem, and for always having the right tool for the job, but improvising when I didn't. Thank you for instilling a love of cooking in me and all those gadgets. Thanks for instilling a sense of adventure in all of us. And most importantly, thank you for validating me as a man. Mom, thank you for teaching us to be frugal. Spa! I still eat leftovers for lunch and the occasional dinner. Thank you for being a nurturing and protective mom. Thank you for taking me to the library and instilling in me a love of books, even the encyclopedia, the World Book Encyclopedia. And thank you for teaching me to keep my mouth shut when that was the correct plan. Hop de blep. I love and miss you both, and I'm sure heaven is just another great adventure for you.
Hi, Mom and Dad. Thank you so much for being my parent. I can't boil this all down to one memory, so thank you for teaching me how to fit in anywhere, how to be a loving, caring mother, and also how to be adventuresome and courageous. These are some of the qualities that you've given to me that I carry with pride. I love you. I'll see you when I get there. Bye.
Hello. I wanted to say a few things about my mom and my dad. First of all, Mom had the most unconditional love of anybody I knew. She was always behind me, no matter what happened. And believe me, a lot of stuff happened. And it's great to know that she was always behind me. I really miss her. Dad, he was always there for me also. We had a lot of fun doing things together, hunting, fishing, cooking, and I'll tell you one story that's really funny, and Marcy and I still talk about it today, is we were cooking one day and he's limping around the kitchen and I go, "What's wrong?" He goes, "I got a rock in my shoe." And I said, "Well, take it out." And he didn't have a rock in his shoe. He was stepping on a floor mat. And so every time we have something that we feel like a rock in our shoe, Marcy and I laugh and think of Woody. Love you guys. Miss you, Mom and Dad. Bye.
Mom, thank you so much for all the beautiful, beautiful memories we have. Also, thank you for teaching me about manners, elegance, gardening, needle pointing, and there are so many more. I cherish every single one of them. Thank you, Mom. I love you.
Hello, everybody. Okay, I'm supposed to give my first Woodyism. And the thing I remember about Woody is he always had the latest and greatest. You know, if it was a meat thermometer, he had the best one ever. And I said, "What happened from the one last year?" And he said, "Oh, that thing wasn't worth a shit. I gave it to Rusty." And he said, "See this baby right here? This is the latest and greatest great-grandson." But, you know, he's going to have another grandkid in a week or two, and he'll go like, "Oh, that other one wasn't worth a shit. This one, the new one's the best one." It's the best. He always had the latest and greatest.
Woody, Nana, I love you so much. Woody, here's this little button nose right here that you told me about when Riley was pregnant. in the hospital. You were right. You got to see him before any of us. I love you guys so much, and thank you for all the amazing gifts that you've taught me throughout my lifetime, and I still carry a lot of them on. And I miss you every day. I'm so grateful for the life, the adventurous life we had growing up, and just thanks for such a great experience. We'll see you on the other side.
Bye.
Bye. Love you, Woody and Nana. Miss you. Thank you again for the belt buckle. It was very efficient.
This is the product, the belt buckle. Tell you a little something about the greatest mother-in-law a guy could ever have. Lucy Woods. You know, the thing I remember about Lucy that was kind of unique was when she would talk and tell you a little factoid that she'd read in the paper or see on the news. When she was making her point, she would close her eyes at the final part of the message. Kind of like she would say, "Can you believe that Michelle Obama wearing sweatpants on Air Force One? That is so inappropriate." Anyway, that was just one little thing that I loved about Lucy. And I miss you, Lucy. I love you, and we'll see you on the other side.
Hi, Lucy and Warren. Here I am sitting in the same chairs that I sat in when I first met you 48 years ago. I was just starting to date Mike. I was 19 years old and very nervous. I remember feeling like you were larger than life, and you have been a big influence in my own life. I always thought that your family had such a sense of fun, and I think that existed up until the time you both passed. I most thank you for your son Mike, my best friend for the last 48 years. And I pray that you are in heaven once again together having fun.
Both Nana and Woody were always so welcoming to anybody around. They made everybody feel so comfortable and loved. I'll never forget the welcoming arms when I first met them. The moment they met me, they called me their angel. Their love for me was so evident and made me feel so special. I love the way Woody was always careful and patient when teaching me something, whether it was snow skiing, cooking, or fixing something. I've learned so much from him that I continue to carry on in my own life. He was quite the storyteller. Having never met Nani, for instance, from all the stories he shared with me about her, I felt like I knew her. And who has a parking spot named after him? Them. We all know what a Woody is, right? Lucy had so many hobbies as well that have poured over into my life. Her creativity, her resourcefulness, and energy. She showed me how to sew tablecloths and window coverings. She recycled Christmas cards into gift tags. And I mean, Pilates in her 80s, that's energy. I've taken up all of those things, plus gardening. Thank you, Lucy. Love you guys. Think of Lucy and Woody every day.
Hey, Uncle Warren and Aunt Lucy. I know you're looking down at me. I'm at the Costco that you used to shop at. I love you very, very much. I wish you were here with me.
Woody and Lucy, this is your nephew Ray Selvey, and I'm wanting to thank you for being my favorite aunt and uncle, really more like a second set of parents to me. You were always loving and supportive, never critical. I have so many good memories of our family time together, and too many to mention here. One memory I'll take with me forever was that I got to tell you both that I love you within your final days. And so I thank you for blessing our families, and rest in peace.
Hey, Periffs, we all know what this is. Warren, Lucy, Woody, Nana, all your family and Periffs are gathered around to celebrate you. And we just all wanted to say we love you. Thank you for the years, the decades of showing what love is, and for having a great time. We did have some good times. I even bought a house in Albuquerque to be near you all, so that
thank you. We love you. And wild periffs always. Take care.
Hey Woody, hey Nana. We just wanted to each take a second to tell you something that we either learned or something that we remember from hanging out with you guys. So for me, that was learning how to sail on the sailboat in Dana Point, and then also the times that we had skiing in Taos.
For me, it would be periff initiations and don't eat the meat at the bottom of the pile. It's always rare.
For me, it's chili and learning to never throw a pie at the mayor's wife.
For me, it's making Dolphinese potatoes and periffs are everywhere.
For me, it was cooking and hearing all those inappropriate words and phrases that were hilarious, but I didn't know what any of them meant.
So thank you guys. Love you. We'll see you soon.
Love you.
I want to share some of my favorite memories of Woody and Nana. There's been so many over the years, it's hard to pick just one. So I'll pick some that come to mind often. I remember following Woody literally turn for turn down one of the steepest hills I'd ever been on in my life, literally dodging trees along the way, and getting to the bottom and just feeling so proud of what I had done, and also seeing the pride he had for all of us who had done it. That's one of my favorite memories. Also visiting Woody and Nana at their sailboat, our many dinghy excursions and sailing trips, gin rummy matches, and even going to Catalina where they let us drive the golf carts. I also remember flying out to Albuquerque when I was younger by myself and feeling so nervous, but then seeing Nana there at the gate waiting for me made me feel so happy, and she'd spend the rest of my trip making sure I had a great time swimming in the hot tub, going to the museum, riding our bikes to the chocolate river, and even making me sandwiches, which at the time always tasted funny, but I now realize it's because she made them with rye bread, which was her favorite. I love you, Woody and Nana, and hope you rest in peace, sweet heaven.
Nana and Woody were the best. We did so many things with them. We went skiing, we went sailing, parasailing. They took us to Disneyland. They loved us unconditionally. We played games, we read books. We stayed the night there once a week, every week growing up in Albuquerque. They really showed us how to live a fun whole life, and I miss them dearly, and I know they're with us all, and I'll see them again one day.
Nana, I remember staying with you and Woody in Albuquerque as a little kid. The joy we'd share, usually feeling like it was our own little secret when we'd make our way out to the garage and split a payday bar, will always live on in my memories. Without exception, every time I come across a payday bar, I think of you. Woody, I remember staying with you and Nana overnight on the Milagro in the Dana Point Harbor. The adventure that we'd share, like it was the most important mission in the world. When the two of us would take the dinghy off the back of the sailboat and cruise around the harbor, will always live on in my memories. Without exception, every time I think of a dinghy, I think of you.
Nana, I will always remember your grace, your positivity towards life, and your infectious laugh, which usually included words like, "Are you kidding me?" and "What?" I will always remember when you and Woody would come down to Dana Point every March and we would go to the same restaurant, Augustino's on PCH. I had so much fun going to your boat after dinner and playing cards with you. I love you and I miss you. Woody, I will always remember your sense of humor and your passion for cooking. One of my favorite memories is when you, Artie, and I cooked house shrimp together at your apartment in Dallas. I will also cherish our memories of skiing together. There was one time we broke away from the group and rode down White Feather together, and afterwards you rewarded me with a white hot chocolate. Every time I go to Taos, I get a white hot chocolate now. You once told me a quote, "It is never too late to start something new." I love you and I miss you.
Woody was such a joyful person for everyone to be around. Anyone who knew him was lucky. One prominent memory I have with Woody is making his famous mincemeat pie on Thanksgiving together. With much detail, he instructed me how to crimp the pie crust correctly, and I remember laughing at him, thinking he was kidding about how articulate he wanted this task to be done, until I realized quickly that he was being serious. But that's the thing. Woody wasn't a perfectionist in the numerous things he participated in. He was passionate. He was passionate about the things that he did for his whole life, or for at least the whole time that I knew him. and that's something I really admire. I will forever associate being in the kitchen with Woody. Nana was everything I want to be when I'm older. She was so poised and mannerly but had a contagious sense of humor. I remember laughing with her in the kitchen in Albuquerque whenever we'd visit. More specifically though, I remember her telling me about her and Woody traveling in France and being absolutely fascinated with their apparent love. Nana and Woody lived the coolest lives and had the best stories to share with their family members. They created a huge family full of love and laughter, and I hope that one day I'm able to live a life as interesting and fulfilled as Woody and Nana.
So I was told to make this video about things that I remember from with Woody and Nana. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of similarities in these videos, especially throughout all the cousins, but whenever I think about Woody and Nana, I always think about all of our trips out to New Mexico, to Albuquerque, to Taos. The first trip I ever took alone was to fly on a plane alone to go to Taos and ski with Woody and Nana, and I think every grandchild kind of had their own solo weekend up there. So it's just memories like that that are near and dear to my heart, things that I'll want to replicate with my family moving forward as well. I always remember them being a unit together. It was always Warren and Lucy going to do their things, whether they were sailing or playing tennis. I'll say cooking, even though we know that Woody would kind of steal the show there and be a true chef like he is, and probably give Nana some instructions or boss her around a little bit, but she always took it with a smile. So in cooking for me, that's something that will remind me of Woody for the rest of my life. He is the kind of sole influencer of my love for cooking. It's literally my hobby outside of my profession and my family. All I love to do is to cook. You know, I might casually go do other things, golf or whatever, but cooking is it's been a release for me throughout kind of my journey of becoming a physician, or if there's stress, you know, with friends or relationships. I could always find a safe place in the kitchen, and you know, after Woody had passed, I remember telling my mom the one thing that I wanted was one of his knives, and I have it in my kitchen now, and it's got his name written on it. So I'll always be thinking of him whenever I'm in the kitchen, and I'm grateful for that, and I love both of them for all the memories that they've allowed our family to have, and I look forward to seeing them down the road, but I also look forward to remembering them while we're all still here and loving each other as a family. So that's my video. Woody and Nana, I love you, and I love this family. Thank you.